Seeing how sensitively snakes react to the slightest rustle, it may seem that this type of reptile has excellent hearing. In fact, this is not the case. Nature has deprived these unique creatures of ears in the usual sense of the word. However, in return, the snakes are provided with compensatory mechanisms that allow them to adapt even in harsh climatic conditions. How snakes hear? Theory scientists hold two opinions about the hearing aid of snakes: the theory of infrared radiation, the theory of vibrations. On the head, just below the eyes, snakes have a special notch. There are membranes located here that are extremely sensitive to heat. Nerve endings on the membrane allow the reptile to feel an object whose temperature is only 1 to 2 degrees above the thermal regime of the environment. This organ indicates not only the location of the object, but also its movement in space. By infrared radiation, the snake determines where the victim is and makes a deadly throw. Proponents of the theory of vibrations claim that the reptile species in question has one bone of the middle ear in the structure of the skull. It connects the organ with the jaw, so the snake orients itself in space, including by vibrations. For example, she can catch an approaching predator or falling objects. However, this auditory mechanism does not allow us to distinguish well the sounds transmitted through the air. The unique structure of the middle ear bone has predetermined a narrow range of frequencies that are picked up by reptiles. Usually these are low frequencies, and the high range remains inaccessible. Interesting fact, the royal python parses frequencies in the range of 80 to 160 Hz. A person can distinguish the frequency range from 20 to 20,000 Hz. As for the distance at which snakes detect vibration or infrared radiation, it all depends on the size of the creature. For example, an anaconda distinguishes sounds with a range of 300 to 500 m, but in the dwarf African viper this indicator does not exceed 2 to 5 m. Snakes do not use vocalization to communicate with each other. Hissing, the sound of rattles or even growling suggest a high frequency range that snakes cannot perceive. Therefore, some experts have suggested that the high frequency sounds produced are intended for animals and birds. Compensatory mechanisms. Despite the lack of good hearing, snakes adapt perfectly to various conditions. They do this due to the following compensatory mechanisms: excellent sense of smell, high precision vision, perfect thermoregulation. Snakes have an amazing ability that is not available to humans. With the help of a long tongue, they catch chemicals from the environment and, based on the information received, develop a behavior model: hide, attack, move. Eyesight deserves special attention. Due to the absence of eyelids, it is continuous in snakes. They react instantly to moving objects, although color and shape are determined inaccurately. Moreover, snakes have learned to vary their own body temperature depending on external conditions. They easily tolerate heat and hibernate when cold weather sets in, which gives them the opportunity to survive where warm-blooded creatures cannot exist. Thus, the hearing of snakes is imperfect. They perceive only low-frequency sounds and determine the location of objects by infrared radiation. Nature has endowed them with unique compensatory mechanisms that have ensured the effective existence of the species for thousands of years.